there. Make sure they can hear us.
Yeah, because we're going to say something really important.
I'm sure we're going to say a lot of very important things. We are on, and I'm just waiting until someone up there, till something happens or someone comments. Oh, somebody's watching, and I don't have my glasses on. Charlie is here. I didn't wear my glasses. They're somewhere here. So I can't read all of your comments, but I see that you're leaving them. So I will get to them later. If you have questions, I will try to get answers for you, I hope. So, guys, this is my friend Cassie. We did not mean to coordinate, but we did, because that's just what friends do. So I am here in Paducah. It is 90, let's see. It is already 84 degrees and it's 11 a.m. It's going to be a hot one. Yes.
Yes.
So we are sitting in the classroom. That right back there is going to be where I do the trunk show later. And then behind me, I'll show you, or behind you, not behind me, behind you is all of our stuff.
Yes.
So I brought tons of cork, and we were trunk show today, and we have like a double class tomorrow. It's a 2-for-1 class, because everybody's staying for the whole thing, right?
Yes, everybody's staying all day long.
Awesome. So they're stuck with us all day long.
Whether
it's going
they
to be
want
great.
to or not.
Yeah, they don't have a choice. We're going to lock the door and make them stay.
That's right. I've got no problem with that.
So I thought I would tell you guys a little bit about us and how we got to know each other, and then we're going to go take a shop tour, because this is my first time coming here. I have been to Paducah many, many, many times, and I met Cassie the first time I ever came, but I've never gotten to come to her shop, because back when I did shows, it was a lot more boring. I got to travel, but I never got to see anything. I drove past here a lot. We would always go, there's Cassie.
and I was never here.
But you were never here. So, and I'm probably going to tell this story later during the trunk show too. I don't know if you remember this or not. I'm going to see if I jog your memory. This is my first memory of Cassie, okay?
Okay.
So Cassie is, you know, she's from, not from Paducah, but your shop is in Paducah. So she's done the quilt show in Paducah many years more than I did. I started, I think it was either 2016 or 17, I forget. So it's spring Paducah, it's crazy, it's busy, and there's all these people around, and all of a sudden, this bubbly blonde lady walks into my booth, and she's just looking around and doing her thing, and I noticed she has a vendor badge. Now you have to understand, whenever vendors would come into your booth, it was usually, how's the show going? And they wanted to kind of talk about what was going on or something that happened at the show, you know, like, oh, we're having an all right show, or whatever it was. Or they would come in and they'd ask you a couple questions, and then they kind of just leave. You know, they're just like, oh, the show's been good. Are you new here? And then they leave. Yes. Well, I see her, I see a vendor badge. I'm like, okay, I'm prepared for the same conversation. And that's not what happened. Cassie walks right over to me very, very assertively and goes, I want to be your best friend. And I was like, okay.
I do remember this.
I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, I don't know you, but absolutely. And we just started chatting, and Pat from Log Cabin, who you guys have seen on the Log Cabin videos, was there. She was there with me. She did every Paducah that I did. She came with me. It was her favorite show. And so we were just talking, and after Cassie left, I was like, I love her. I don't know her, but I love her. So later that day, we're talking, and I knew that she was the brother dealer at the show, and she was down on the main floor. Now, the main floor, that's like the big important spot. I was not on the main floor, not until the next year.
Yeah.
But I was working on it. I was like, I need to be down there. So I wanted to, if people were asking me about embroidering on cork, and I didn't have an embroidery machine, and I was like, I think you can, but I don't know anything about it. And Pat says, why don't you go ask your new friend Cassie downstairs and see if she'll do it. And I walked down with my cork, and I said, would you embroider this for me?
Yeah.
And then we exchanged phone numbers, and then the rest is history.
Yeah.
That's pretty much that.
Wow.
That was my first memory of you.
Okay, and that's it. I remember it. Now that you tell the story, I'm like, yeah,
Yep.
that is what happened.
You were looking around and looking at stuff, and I was like, okay, it's probably going to be one of those conversations, and it wasn't. It wasn't at all.
No.
And finally,
I don't think I have normal conversations.
I mean, I don't either.
Okay.
I never do. So they know that.
Okay,
They're well aware of that. So every single time that I would come down, and we had 2 Paducah shows a year at one point.
Yes.
Every single time we would always talk like, maybe one of these days we'll go to the shop, and we never got to, because if we had a moment to go, you and Joel weren't here, or you weren't open, you know, so because you're at the show. And so when I found out that I was going to be teaching in Paducah in April, which, you guys all know that didn't happen, thanks to Tomageddon. So we didn't get there. But I text Cassie and I said, guess what? I can come to your shop if you want me to. I kind of invited myself. But she very
You
graciously
can invite
said,
yourself
it's
anytime.
fine. And we had it all set up, and yeah, so it worked out really well until it didn't. But I'm here now, so that's all that matters. So I made it.
The other toes behaved themselves.
The other toes are still on, so we're good. If you don't know what I'm talking about, my husband has 9 toes, and it was a whole situation, but we're over it. It's fine. But he kind of ruined my first trip to Paducah, so I got to come here on my own. Sorry, Mom. My mom didn't get to come this time, but that's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, well,
Joel's mom's here, and his dad. There's moms. We're good.
There's plenty of people we can bring into this.
Exactly.
If they let us.
So do you want to tell them a little bit about your business? Because I'm just rattling off all sorts of information.
Yeah, well, I can. It's one of those things where I'm married into this business. I didn't know this is what I was going to end up doing. I have a graphic arts degree.
Which I found out today. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Things you should know about your best friend that you don't know.
Yes.
That's my problem.
Well, I didn't know I was going to need the graphic arts degree for sewing, but you do these days.
You do. Well, especially with what you guys do here, you definitely do.
Yes. And so Joel and I, when we met, I had no clue what his family did. I had never heard of English Sew Vac. I lived about 40 miles from here.
Okay.
So we started dating, and of course then I learned what his family did, and then we dated for 4 years. We got married right out of college, and he was a marketing major.
Okay.
And so anyway, at first I did not work here in the business. I had my own jobs that I did. And then it just got to be where they needed me to do a newsletter, or they needed me to do this.
They roped you in a little bit at a time.
Yes.
And you didn't even know it.
It was not fair.
They were like, we just want one thing.
Yeah. Could you just do our newsletter?
And you're like, I can do that one thing.
Sure, I can do that. Oh, well, could you also teach this class? Because we can't find anybody to do it. And I already knew how to sew.
You did sew. Okay,
I did.
So you did.
I had learned in 4-H when I was in 5th grade, and my mom, I used to sit in her lap when she would sew.
Oh,
and
I love those stories.
Yeah, so anyway, I already knew how to do the basics at least, and so it just all fell into place, and now I'm here 6 days a week. And the business is almost 60 years old.
Wow.
So my
we were
husband's
just talking
grandparents,
about that.
yes.
Yeah.
My husband's grandparents started the business, so
That's awesome.
yeah.
I think they would be so impressed by all of the other things that you guys have added on here, because it started as their little business, and now
Yes.
you built it into this great thing.
With all the different fun stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's some of the stuff that you guys do here?
So, of course, we sell sewing machines. We sell Brother sewing machines.
Sorry, Janome.
Yeah.
Don't be mad.
Yeah. But we also run a really big repair business for all kinds of sewing machines.
It's massive.
Yes.
I saw the repair room. Oh my God, it's huge.
And
it's
everything's
huge.
repaired here in the store. Our guys are trained to do all of the repair here. We also sell vacuum cleaners and repair vacuum cleaners. So we
you need
do
a
all of that
vacuum.
too. And then we sell, of course, all kinds of crafty stuff.
Yes, a lot of crafty stuff. A lot of very, very cool stuff.
Yeah, Brother Scan and Cut. That's a huge thing for us. We do a lot of classes. Yes, and it's awesome. And it goes along with your embroidery, or you can use it on its own for cutting cork or whatever, So we teach all kind of classes on that. But also, because I like to do crafty stuff, I'm always getting in all kinds of stuff that have nothing to do with sewing or
just
scan and cut.
for fun. There's cutting
Yes.
boards out there because you can, do different things. What
Yeah.
was the confetti stuff that you showed me?
It's called screen print confetti.
I've never even
Yeah.
heard of this. Have you guys heard of screen print confetti? Because I've never heard of it until today.
Yeah.
Am I going to bring some home? Yes. Do I need it? Absolutely not.
That
but
doesn't matter.
That's not really the
That doesn't
question.
matter.
That's not really the question. Do we buy things because we need them? Not really.
No.
No. It's just because it's fun.
When I ordered 60 bottles of it the first time before I did, I never even tried it.
I
Ordered
love that
60
you just
bottles
go
of it.
right in. You're like,
I'm gonna love
60, we're getting it.
No, 60 bottles. I needed all of it because I was going to love it, and then everybody else was going to love it, and I needed it. And since then, I've ordered 60 more bottles.
That is something I think that we've all found too, is that, you know, as the business owner, like, it's my job to find the fun stuff. And as soon as I love it, you guys also love it. And
Yes.
I mean, I think that's probably why most of you use cork when you're here. Because I'm like, guys, it's awesome. You have to love it. And they're like, okay,
Yeah.
absolutely, we love it too. So,
And you know what? If I get something in and I don't love it, then I don't try to promote it. I don't want my
Same.
customers using something I don't love.
Same. And they know
Yeah.
that. I am blatantly honest with them, sometimes in front of them when I'm testing products poorly, really poorly.
Yeah. I'm like,
sometimes there's goggles involved. Sometimes, you know, things don't work. We did
I
it.
don't think it was supposed to do that.
We rated some things that I tried out, and I'm honest because if I will spend my money on it, then I think it's a good thing. I will tell you. I'm not going to tell you have to buy it, but if you want to, I will help you justify it.
Yes.
And if I buy something and I don't like it, I'm just going to tell you I don't like it because I don't want you to waste your money.
Right.
You know?
And I'll tell you why I didn't like it.
Yes, I will tell you, and maybe it's a me thing, or maybe it's the product in general, you know, but like, if I'm like, for me, it didn't work because I do this, and this doesn't fit into that category. Otherwise, if I'm like, listen, the bottle fell apart and it exploded and it's terrible, like, I'm going to tell you that.
Right.
So they're very used to my honesty, so
Okay.
they're all right with
Which
that.
is good. And I think
Yes.
people, when they come here, are used to me saying that too. If they
Yes.
come in and say,
They
hey,
appreciate that.
have you tried this? And I'm like, yeah, but
But
this is
there's
what I
always a
wasn't
but.
sure about. Yeah. If there's a but, it's not good.
No, not usually. There usually isn't.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a little shop tour, but before we do, I'm gonna get real close to you guys just for a minute here. We do this sometimes because I don't have my laptop out, so I'm scrolling just to see if you have any questions beyond just saying hi and telling Cassie how awesome she is. So, and of course, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm really uncomfortably
Do
close.
I need to come up there and read those for you?
Marlene is on, and they are packing your orders, so don't worry. Just because I am gone, actually, it doesn't even matter if I'm there or not. They're always packing orders. It's not something I do very often. Yes. Oh, thank you. Yes, you can probably guess I made those, and I'm stocking up on earrings right now, and they will be on the website at some point because I'm having way too much fun with my Glow Forge, and I think I've convinced my friend here to buy one too. It's awesome. All right, so we don't have any questions yet. They're just all saying good morning, and I'm going to start selling earrings. Don't you worry. All right. I'm sorry if you cannot hear us. I have the iPad turned up all the way, so if you have to turn up on your end, I am basically yelling like I normally am. So
I was going to say, we're loud.
we had a microphone.
We're not quiet.
We had microphones, and then they just stopped communicating with Facebook one day, like out of the blue, and that was the end of that. So unfortunately, it's not me, and it's not you. It's Facebook. It's Mark Zuckerberg. I blame him for everything.
Yeah.
So, can we go take a little tour? Will
We
you
can.
show us around? Okay,
Yes.
so I'm going to just pick up the whole thing and take it with me because every time I try to take that off, it just ends up messy.
Okay.
So, I'm
Let's do
going to flip you guys around as soon as I get the button so that way you don't have to see my face that up close. Okay, so here, just to show you guys, so here is, and I'm going to close these legs. Hang on one second. Hang on. You guys would not, it would not be Facebook if I wasn't doing something weird. Okay, come on. Hang on, guys. I know you're looking at the underside of a cutting table right now, but there we go. Okay, get up there. Okay, so I brought some product.
Of course you did.
Somebody wants to know if you do the comment sold on Facebook, like a selling, it's like a selling thing. Do you do that?
I've never done that.
Okay, well then
Do I need to do that?
we might both need to do that.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if maybe she thinks that she saw you there, like because some of the shops do that. No,
Yeah.
Cassie says she has not done that, but we'll look into it. Look at all the machines. We're in the classroom right now, so we haven't even gotten out into the big spot. But look at all this. This is my classroom for today and tomorrow, and I brought lots of samples. Yay, I'm so excited. It's such a nice classroom, and it's nice and cool in here, and it's all set up.
My father-in-law doesn't.
As long as Joel's dad doesn't come in and change it. All right, I'm going to follow you out, and you can tell me what we're looking at.
Well, come on out. So this is our main showroom. And there's the big
Tina.
sleeves.
Tina's
No.
running away.
Yeah, Tina's like, I'm out of here. Yeah. So we.
You can go if we're in your way.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
You're fine. It's a working shop. You have to, we don't want to disrupt anybody.
Yeah. So this is, you know, the main area of our shop where we have all of our sewing machines for demo, thread, all of our fun knickknacks, feet, accessories, scan and cut stuff, vinyl. We sell heat transfer.
A lot of vinyl.
We sell adhesive vinyls. We sell all kinds of craftiness.
Yes, you do.
So, you know, and there's always more coming because I can't help myself. So you never know what we're going to have.
Look at all of this.
Yes.
It's just, you want to just touch everything.
Yeah. And so here's my little section of Jess stuff
Hey,
that
look at
we
that.
always have.
And tell them about that.
Lainey, the Lainey backpack. Lainey is my daughter.
Yes. And what do you remember what she said at that show when we were talking about it? She goes, she spelled it like me, and you said because it's named after you.
Yes, it is you. Yes, she was so excited. As a matter of fact, I told her, I said, Jess is going to be at the store, and she said, Jess, like backpack with my name, Jess. And I was like, yeah, that's the same one. Yeah.
You have been requested to open a shop in Saratoga, New York. So
Oh.
it's not far from where I live. So if you want,
Okay.
you know.
So I can come there and like do, you know, a few weeks there and come back here a few weeks.
We'll
and-
figure it out. We'll work it
Okay.
out.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good with that. I love to travel. So, yeah. So this is the screen print confetti
Show
here.
them that.
So this is it. Let me grab my shirt here. That
I
has
just think
been-
this is so cool.
Of course, this.
I've never heard of it before.
There's a lot of different techniques going on here, but the red and the white little speckles, that's the screen print confetti. You just throw it on a shirt, no joke. And it can even go around things that are already on the shirt. Like if you embroidered or sewn something on there or it already had a design on it, you can add the confetti to
And
anything.
you just heat press.
And you just heat press. And it comes in these cute little bottles like this.
It looks like food.
Yeah, don't eat it.
But look at that.
Yeah. And then it's permanent. Wash, dry, just like you would a t-shirt.
I have never heard of it. If you have heard of this, please tell me because this is a new one for me.
Yeah, so let me go grab this shirt over here that we did with it too, just so you get another example.
Look at all the fun colors.
So on this one, I did it for Valentine's Day,
Oh, look how cute that is.
and I just put a cardboard shape in the middle.
Sprinkled it around.
Sprinkled it around it, heat set it, peeled the cardboard out.
That's cute. And that's a quick, easy project. You don't need an embroidery machine.
No.
You don't have to, you know, spend a lot of time and money.
No.
So
Cheap, just a cheap t-shirt and some screen print confetti.
cute.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah, all kinds of fun stuff.
Now you do have a little bit of fabric, but that's not your main focus.
No, we don't focus on fabrics. We do some fat quarters, and then we do have some bolts, a lot of Kimberbell fabric. So anybody who's out there that is familiar with Kimberbell, we do a lot of Kimberbell events. So we do stock some of her fabrics, and then we'll stock things that are pertaining to events and projects that we're working on here in the
Very
store.
cool. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So it just depends, but yeah.
But isn't it just the most fun when you see fat quarters just to do this? You just have to
I
touch them
know.
all.
I just love them all. So, and you know, when somebody buys some, I'm like, oh, there goes that one.
They're leaving.
And look at this. This is another thing we like to do. We like to add stuff to embroideries. So you can take clear vinyl and put it over your embroideries and then add these little sprinkles. Have you ever seen this?
I have not. I don't.
Yeah.
I do a little embroidery, not a
Yes.
lot.
But like you could put a piece of vinyl over the front of one of your bags and add the little pieces so you'd have like a double layer. Yeah.
Do you see what happens? This is why I don't travel anymore, because now I have to bring all these things home with me.
Yes. But they're fun.
Can I show them the repairs?
Yes. Go
Okay.
for it.
So they're not joking about the repairs. Look at, this is the service department. This is serious back here.
Uh-huh. Billy is serious about the repairs.
So serious.
That's right.
You're Facebook famous now, just
Oh,
so
boy.
you know. But look at all this. This is crazy. I love it. And then look at this nice view they get.
Yep.
So cute. So what's coming up for you guys? Anything in the next couple of weeks? Anything exciting you want to tell us about?
I'm going on vacation.
That's
I'm going to
exciting.
go lay on the beach. But besides that, in August, we got a brother convention.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Where is that?
It's in Nashville this year. And so that's when they introduce all their new products for the next year. So we'll be learning about new stuff. Don't know what it's going to be. It's always a secret until they tell us at the convention. And then we take classes and learn all about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, so Yvonne wants to know some of the stuff that you have cut out there you can do on the Brother Scan and Cut. And yes, I have one, and I've cut cork on it.
Yes.
So we can show them one. No, they are not affiliated with Janome. I am here. I'm here incognito, so don't tell anybody, okay?
She's really just here to see me.
That's really the only reason I'm here. 2 different sewing machine companies. And do you do any of your stuff online, like the events or anything like that, or is it all in person?
We've not done any virtual events.
Okay.
We have done them all in store. I'm not completely opposed to doing some virtual events. It's just not something we've done yet because our in-store classes fill up. And so we haven't, kind of had the time to do that along with the in-store events.
You guys have a lot going on, so it's totally understandable.
Yeah. But I'm never completely opposed to it.
That's good. It's good to have an open mind.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part of the store? Like where do you go when you want to look at something and you get excited? What's your big thing right now that you're loving besides the confetti?
Besides all of that. Well, one of the last projects that I really worked on was doing patches for hats.
Oh, cool.
And we can go back out here and show you what I'm talking about.
We're just going to inspire you guys to do all sorts of new things.
Yeah, and these were all things that so like this hat that's on this, or this patch that's on this hat, it looks like it's sewn on.
Right.
But it's not.
Okay.
It's stitched on the embroidery machine, and then it is heat set to the hat. And this, the digitizing for this patch is all something I do myself. But you can really turn any embroidery design into a patch, especially if you have a machine that has got the applique wizard built into it. So it'll turn whatever design into that. Because I know a lot of people struggle with getting embroidery on hats.
Yeah.
Especially if they have a tabletop machine. So the patches are an alternative to sewing directly onto the hat. So anyway.
But you get the same look in the end.
You get the same look. And they look just like they're on there, but
they
are not. See, no sewing on the back. But it is permanently on there forever and ever.
Well, that's cool.
So that is something, and if you are using the right products, then you can make those patches look professional, and they are permanent on the hats. So that was something that I've been teaching a lot of people to do, and they can be in any shape because I cut my shapes on the scanning plate. Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah. So, of course, I had to make one about coffee.
Absolutely. I need that one.
I love it. I love coffee.
Coffee is life.
Yes. You would not like me without it.
No, definitely.
So the patches are a big thing right now that we were, a lot of people have been coming in and learning how to do that. We even taught a class on how to do that, which I have considered doing some taping of classes and putting them out there so people can learn. Maybe not virtually, but not live. But basically,
absolutely. Do you sell heat presses?
We do. We don't have any right now because our supplier was having a hard time getting them. I hate for that to be say, I'm sure everybody's tired of hearing that. But yes, typically we do have a couple that we sell, just 2 different sizes of basic heat presses.
And the one in the classroom, is that one of them?
Yes, it is. And that one's a 15 by 15.
Okay.
That's just ours for the classroom when we're doing a class that needs it. But yes, that is one just like the one we would typically sell.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But
what's the other size that you usually have?
It's an 11 by, let me think about this.
Smaller?
It's a little smaller.
Okay.
The 15 by 15 is the best size in my mind because you can do the whole front of a shirt at one time, or or the whole back of a shirt. Whereas if you do the smaller heat press, sometimes you have to do half and half.
And I have a 15 by 15, and I do prefer that size. I just think it's a good size for most things that you're doing.
Yeah.
So, yes, we will go back in the classroom. And is the patch product for the hat, is that an OESD?
This stuff, the actual twill, the poly patch twill, if that's what they're talking about, this comes from Dime.
Okay.
And you can get it in rolls with all the different colors. Or they could be talking about what they call the Badge Master, and that is OESD.
Okay.
Yes, and that's what I sew the design on.
And then heat press that onto.
And then after you've sewn it onto that, then you put this, it's a fusible on the back, and that's what makes it stick.
Gotcha.
And it's a special fusible that is actually, when you take it and put it on the back of the patch, see how this one's really shiny?
Yes.
That's this product, and that's what will iron on to
Gotcha.
the hat or whatever you're putting it on.
OESD is a brand of embroidery
designs.
products.
Yes.
I know the E is embroidery, and I don't remember what the rest of the letters are.
Yes, I don't either, and I don't know that it says on here what it.
Online embroidery something designs.
Something.
Yes, something designs, something like that.
Stitching designs.
Stitching designs.
I don't know. Sorry, OESD. We don't know, but I like your product.
We're all learning. Is Badge Master fusible?
Badge Master, no, it is not fusible. Badge Master is actually a really thick, clear stabilizer. And that is what, if you stitch your patches directly onto that, you can also use it for lace making. But if you stitch your patches directly onto that, then they're perforated. They just pop right out of there, and you don't have to do any cleanup work around the edges like you would with a standard wash away stabilizer, because you always got that little fuzzy edge left around the outside edge. But Badge Master doesn't leave that, so your patch is ready to be used. You don't have to wet it to get rid of the excess stabilizer. It's ready to go.
They are all helping us out and one by one putting it together, and it is Oklahoma Embroidery Supply and Design.
Supply and Design. Okay, thank y'all.
Listen, I liked online embroidery something and design, so I think we were close enough.
Yeah, I know. We were getting there.
we were on the right path.
Working on it.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to show us out here? Because they would like to see your classroom again. They're fascinated by your classroom.
Okay, well, we can go back in there, but of course, we can take them on another little.
I mean, let's just go look at
here.
Everything is just so pretty and bright and happy. And what is all this over here? Is this stabilizer?
This is all stabilizer. This is Kimberbell makes all of this stabilizer. So we sell several different brands of stabilizer. We sell Kimberbell, and then we sell OESD, and then we also sell stabilizer that is exquisite or dime, whichever wording you're familiar with on that. But yeah, we sell a few different brands of stabilizer.
And one more time, what are the products that you used for the hat patch?
I used Poly Twill for the base fabric. I used Badge Master as my stabilizer, and then I used a fusible fabric adhesive for that's the last product that goes on after it's all embroidered to make it actually adhere to the hat.
Thank you.
Yes.
And yes, Terry, we are in Paducah. We are on Route 68. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
This is 7010 US Highway 68 is the actual address here in Paducah, Kentucky. Yeah.
And there's the sign, one of many. English is Sew Vac.
Yeah. But yeah, we stock all kinds of, tea towels, and we make all kinds of stuff just to, give people some inspiration when they walk in.
Exactly.
Maybe they don't know what they want to make.
And look at, if you cannot find scissors here, you are definitely in the wrong place. I don't know what else you could need. Look, I've never seen an entire wall of scissors. Like not a couple pairs, a wall of scissors. And those that are missing up there are not missing. We moved them in the classroom because we're getting everybody set up for tomorrow.
Yeah. And look at this. Let me just show you this. Some of y'all maybe never seen these little guys, but look, these are called click sticks. These little
click sticks.
And you can look. They magnetize, so you can put a new banner in there like every month if you wanted it to be interchangeable. See?
Well, that's cute.
You can just embroider a little block and stick it in there every month for a decoration. I mean, how fun is that?
I have never seen that before.
Magnetized together. Click sticks.
And you have a lot of Disney stuff because that is a brother exclusive, is it not?
Yes,
okay.
it is.
I see.
Yep.
I mean, how cute are those?
I know. I stole those from my kids. They don't need them.
That's all right. They're fine.
Yeah, they'll make it.
We've got a nice notions wall over here. And, I mean, I think we all own most of the stuff, and if not, we need it. There's definitely some things that are going to be going home with me. Don't worry, guys. I will have a little show and tell when I get back of what I brought home from Paducah.
See something new.
Yes,
everywhere
they
you go.
love all the products that you offer. Yes. Do you have, I know you have a website. Do you sell on the website?
Some things, but we are happy to ship. If somebody's, ever wants something, they just give us a call. We ship stuff out daily.
Perfect.
So we have people that call us all the time that it can be thread or whatever, and we will ship it, no problem.
It's just like at home with Log Cabin. They have a website, but if you need something, you call the shop, they send it out to you.
That's right.
So, easy peasy.
Yeah.
Look at all this fun stuff. Embroidery designs, bobbins. Why does this make me so happy? I don't know. Just,
Oh, all the pretty,
you know,
it's like candy.
it is.
I know, little colored bobbins ready to go.
Lots of thread, lots of thread. What kind of thread is this?
This is Isacord,
Okay.
and it is polyester embroidery thread, but we've got variegated all the colors.
It's just so pretty. It's just fun to just look at it. More thread. You have to have thread when you're doing embroidery. You have to have as much as possible.
If I had more room, I'd still have more thread.
We'll find you some room.
Yeah,
We'll move some of
I'm
Joel's
sure
stuff.
we can move things around.
More stabilizer. So would you say embroidery is probably your #1 focus, or a little bit of everything?
A little bit of everything, but most of our customers that come in, the bulk of them are embroidering. Even if that's not all they do, most all of our customers embroider. So we do have some that just sew or quilt, but more than anything, we have learned that with the folks that come in here, they're embroidering, and if they are sewing, they're making like bags and things like that. They're not sewing clothing generally.
Gotcha.
We're seeing that right now, and the trend has shifted back to embroidery right now. It kind of ebbs and flows, but right now embroidery is very busy for us. So yeah, I don't know what causes that trend to go back and forth, but of course, when it's quilt show time, a lot of the folks that are in the store, they don't embroider very much. Maybe they're just making quilt labels. But after the show has, left town, then we're back to mostly, our embroidery customers. So stabilizers, threads, coming in for machine instruction, because when you buy a machine from us, we give you individual instruction on that machine for free for as long as you own it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
and we schedule those appointments. So we stay busy with teaching people how to use their machines. So,
Margie's moving here because it's wonderful.
Okay.
So you have a new customer coming.
okay, well, come on down.
Should we go back in the classroom?
Yeah,
Yes.
sounds great.
I don't know which direction it is. Margie Morrison, where are you moving from? I can't remember what state you're in.
It's like up, down.
Up, down, west,
What?
east. We don't know. And we didn't look at vacuums, but I think that's okay. We all have to use it. Florida, so she's moving up.
Okay.
Hi, Lisa. Lisa's saying hi. Lisa is my my bestie from my shop at home. So we'll look at this classroom. They have the room to do very fun things. You can see, and these are all set up. And Cassie, what's in the little boxes? What did you make?
Oh, I'll show you. Well, I made these little boxes on the scan and cut. So see, aren't they cute? But there's Hershey
candy.
Kisses. And there's birthday cake Hershey Kisses, cookies and cream, strawberry ice cream cone.
I haven't had that one.
I have not either, but we will. And then a plain one and a hug one. So yeah, so everybody that's coming to the trunk show today gets a little
They
box
get a
of
little
chocolate.
box. Lisa is very jealous of your classroom. Lisa, we need to move this classroom to Log Cabin. Like, you need this classroom.
Yes.
Isn't it awesome? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so everybody gets a little gift. We brought stuff for shopping, and then I will stand up there and tell them all the stories I already told you guys. I'll tell them again, and we'll talk about some So Many Creations history and Cassie and Jess history and all that good stuff. So, all right, I'm going to pack up this classroom and bring it home to you. That way you can have it. I'm going to put this down, and we're going to see how low it is, because it's probably like on the floor. Here, hold on. Let me do these two so we can say goodbye. If you expected anything better than this, I don't know who you think you're dealing with here. So, there we go. All right. Could Did you grab that? There we go. Oh, or no.
Oh,
I guess
this
it's
one.
the second one.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting there, guys.
Her assistant's a little kooky. Okay. Oh, no.
Oh,
All right.
hold on.
How we doing?
We're good. We're good. We're back in business. I think. I have no idea what's happening. Okay. So we'll come over here. I don't even know if you guys can see us because I turned the camera around. So we're going to see, I don't know. You might be looking at our kneecaps right now. I have no idea.
Here, let me check.
How are we doing? Are we okay?
It's chopping off the top of her head.
That's all right. I have big hips, so it's totally fine.
All right, good.
Here, we'll scoop back up. There. Oh, yes. There we go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
look, we're better now.
Now we're good.
Okay, we hope, we think.
So I'm going to be here the rest of today because Cassie cannot get rid of me. And then I'm going to be here tomorrow, and then I'll be back. And hopefully next week I will have a fun little show and tell for you because I'm definitely bringing some things home. And I'm probably going to leave some things here too because whenever I'm here, whenever I am around you, you always have cork. You always take some of my cork with you. So some of the cork will be living here, which is fine.
I know.
And we might do some TikToks here. You might see this as a background because we're gonna go get her husband involved. And for those of you, which most of you probably do not know Joel, he is the Southern Eric. So as you know, my husband is a little crazy. He's a whole lot, and so is Joel, and that's why the two of them cannot meet. Because if they're in the same room together, the entire world will just implode. So
the world can't take it.
The world cannot handle the two of them. And Joel, very badly, every time I was here, was like, "You need to bring your husband." And I was like, "No, absolutely not. It's not a good idea for us."
So far, we've kept them apart.
We've done our thing to space them out. So Eric is at home. He is not coming here. He's not invited to Kentucky. He has to stay in New York. But we're gonna get Joel involved, and we're gonna do some fun things. Because we still have some time. He doesn't know, but it's okay. It's totally fine. So if you have any other questions, if I missed anything, leave them in the comments. I will go back and answer everything later. And I will upload this to YouTube like I normally do. And I don't think I have anything new. I don't think anything new came in last week. I do have Cork Club from June, but I will show you guys that next week. And I am editing the Alice video, so fingers crossed that Alice goes up next week. And I'm working on a few more things, working on some more template requests because you guys keep sending me templates that you want, and I'm having a great time with that. And obviously, I just keep making earrings, so you know I'm keeping myself occupied. You know, what more can you ask for? So,
well, you know what they say about an idle mind.
Yeah. Well, and also, if you're not doing something, then people in your life think that you should cook and clean. And so I'm always going to do other things that don't involve that because that's not fun. Like, who wants to clean their house? So
No.
I can't. I have to use my glove forge. I have to sew. Well, I don't want to.
If you could see mine right now, you would know it was not me.
That means that you're busy. That means you're busy here.
Yes.
So I think we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it a day, and we will see you guys. I will see you guys. Cassie won't be here next Friday, but maybe we'll have to. You know, we'll have to come back down and schedule another thing and have another Facebook Live here because this was fun. So if you have questions about the shop, or if you saw something, I can bring it home to you. I can always send it to you as well. So if you saw something here, if you want me to bring something home, if you want me to bring something to experiment with, you know I'm always willing to do that. So I'm probably going to get myself in some trouble while I'm here, but that's why I'm here. So thank you you're like my first like in-person guest. Like I've done it from Log Cabin, but I haven't like traveled and had a guest. You're my first my first guest, so I'm very excited.
Yes, y'all come see me sometime.
Yes, come on down. If you come to the Paducah show, which if you haven't been to the Paducah show, you really should go. It's in April. Look it up on the AQS website. But you can come here and you can visit Cassie at the show, and you can see all this fun stuff in person. So,
and by then I'll have even more fun stuff.
We'll have even more things
because I have no self-control.
Neither do I. I think that's why we get along so well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand. We have the same husband and we have no self-control. And that's what makes a friendship.
There you go. That's all we need.
That's it. I will see you guys next week. And if you have any questions for me, let me know. Bye, guys.